Hi there, it's Allison McDougall with REMAX River City's Platinum team, joined by
Kris Trajano
and Shane Parent. Shane wasn't able to be with us in person today. He's out enjoying a little bit of sunshine.
A bit of sunshine. So we've got this Shane with us today, so that he can wish everyone a happy new year as well.
And happy holidays.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep it fairly brief today. This is a busy time of year for everybody, but we still want to keep you updated as to what's happening in the real estate market. So I'm going to start with a little bit of single family information for everyone.
Let's do it.
So overall, again, we'll have our year-end summary for you guys in early to mid-January. It takes a little bit more time for us to compile that. But overall, we're kind of seeing more of the same since we've seen kind of mid-year onward. For single family, prices are down around 2%, and that's the same for month over month and year over year. So that's fairly typical for this time of year. Things have slowed down a little bit. There's not as much demand. So nothing really radical to inform you about. The last week or so, it's been a little bit busier, and we've seen, I think there's an uptick likely due to a few people wanting to get it wrapped up before Christmas. And of course, we're all aware of what these interest rates have been doing. And so I think there's a few people trying to get that wrapped up before their rate hold expires and they get bumped up to that next level.
So still activity in the market, although slow.
Yep.
Still, places are still moving.
They are definitely.
Yeah.
In terms of days on market, we're a little higher than we were this time last year. We're at 51 days for single family, and that's up around 6 days. So yeah, just in keeping a little bit more of a slower year this time.
Yeah. That's actually quite relative to days on market for condos as well.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's a very typical number throughout the market right now for days on market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing things soften up a bit. Okay, we like to do our high-low, so I'll do that for single family, and then I'll pass it over to Kris.
Sounds good.
So for the low end of things, it was in Calder. That's a neighborhood just off the Yellowhead to the north, kind of west central off of Yellowhead. This one sold for $145. It was about 700 square feet, but it was a handyman special, so it needed quite a bit of work. But it was still livable, okay? In terms of the high roller, Kris.
Ooh.
So this one was in a bit of a different area. Oftentimes we see ones that are in Crestwood and Glenora and things like that. This was the property that sold for $1.35, and it's out in the northeast corner in one of the newer neighborhoods. So out past kind of like near the Henday and like 167th Ave, out in that area. It was a 2,400 square foot bungalow, really big bungalow.
2,400, wow,
yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. So
very, very nice size.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I guess I will start with the lows of the condos. This one was sold in Eastwood. It was a foreclosure, so it took a little bit longer because of the process that foreclosures go through. So this one, it was almost 100 days on market for this one.
Okay.
Listed at $35,000, but actually sold for $22,500.
Wow.
So, and that's a really decent sized condo. It has 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and 650 square feet.
And for that price point, if you're an investor considering doing that, that's going to cash flow.
And the condo fees on this one was only $250.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's
cash flow.
Fantastic for investors. And I think that we're seeing a lot of investors coming out right now because, and again, it's typical with the prices being lower and being a buyer's market as well. Yeah. So investors are definitely coming out and building their portfolios or revitalizing the ones that they already have.
Yeah.
On the high end of things, this condo was sold. It's downtown again, as last month actually. Downtown, like I say, I'm kind of a fan of downtown now. Yes. But I see that there's more activity happening downtown. It was very, very quiet, especially during COVID, especially. But now I think, with everything opening up, like I mentioned last month, even in the Christmas season. So this one was right in the heart of downtown. It was in the Symphony Tower.
Okay.
So these are newer condos. The square footage of this was almost 4,000 square feet.
That's a big one. Yeah.
Yeah. So this was sold at $2.1 million.
Nice and symphony.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And this one only actually took just over a month
Wow.
on days on market.
Wow.
So we're looking at, you know, a high price of 2.2, which was the original list price, only lasted a month.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's the highs of the condo market.
Awesome, awesome. And
Yeah.
how about the condo market in general? What are we seeing with prices and days on market and all that?
I think we're pretty much stable as we've been through these past few years. But no, from last year, actually, the condo market has gone slightly lower than last year's stats. And I say slightly with like a 2% slight. And then actually from last month, it actually increased.
Okay.
And slightly again with 1%.
So that can be attributed to sometimes that those numbers can be altered by a couple high price sales, like $2 million condos.
Absolutely.
If you have a few of those, that can bump it, and it might be overall, but you don't want to take it just one thing as an indicator that things are changing.
Exactly.
Just yet.
And when we say slight, it's slight, right? They're not huge.
Again, this is taken over
changes.
the entire city of Edmonton condo market, not specific to perhaps your condo. So if you do have questions, always ask us.
And we should note that the stats that we're giving you are within Edmonton itself. So, yeah.
Got it.
What are you seeing in the single families?
Well, one thing I did forget to mention earlier was average price. And I think we all see a lot of this on the news and through various social media platforms, but average single family is at $460,000. Again, that's slightly down month over month and year over year, but not drastically enough for us to be making any judgment calls just yet.
Right. And although we saw the highs and lows of the condos at 2.1 million and 22,000, the average actually for condos, apartment style condos, is at 214,000 for the average price. So
Got it. Yeah.
exactly what you were saying in terms of that, how we calculate the average prices.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yes.
So that's your general overall real estate market for Edmonton. And as always, we like to say real estate is neighborhood specific. Please don't hesitate, reach out. We are happy to answer calls and just give you guys information. If you have any questions or thoughts about buying or selling or investing, anything coming up into 2023, we would be pleased to help.
Love to hear from you guys. So like, subscribe, and give us a call if you have any real estate questions.
Absolutely.
Happy holidays. Jane Parent.